I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jake. We're from New Jersey, and we're seeking $343,000 in exchange for 5% of our company.
Let's face it, cleaning your shower is about as much fun as getting a root canal. It's no wonder my son Jake here survived 4 full years of college without ever cleaning his shower once.
Mom!
He even had a really stinky pet that he never bathed.
Using a bucket to bathe Joey was like setting off a water bomb in the bathroom. There's got to be a better way.
The struggle is real, but have no fear. Rinseroo has come to the rescue.
Rinseroos are slip-on hoses that make your least favorite rinsing and bathing chores a breeze. No more buckets, no more backaches.
Sharks, you're about to witness rinsing reinvented. You whip out your Rinseroo, slip it over any water source, and bam, you're ready to conquer any rinsing challenge that comes your way.
And the best news, Rinseroos work on water sources all around your house. Sinks, shower heads, and tub faucets.
This one even has a spray head. Just make sure your connection is tight and get Rinserooing.
Mom!
There are so many things you can do with a Rinseroo.
Rinse dirty boots, bathe the baby.
Not the baby, not the
Fill
baby.
it from a sink.
But wait, there's more.
Use it as a bidet.
Don't forget to give Grandpa his sponge bath.
Which one of you sharks hates cleaning as much as we do and wants to clean up with us at the bank instead with Rinseroo?
Tell me how you came up with this idea.
We are back with another Shark Tank Breakdown episode. I am your host, Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything as you see on the search, patents, copyrights, trademarks, and trade secrets. Now, man, hey, look, I have some I don't know. This one is going to be interesting for a number of reasons, or some questions. That's the word I was looking for. $343,000, which I think is typically you'll see 300,000, 500,000, 200,000. To go with 343, that's kind of odd. I would imagine for 5%, I would imagine that they have a ton of sales. Now this is interesting because I would imagine with that kind of elastic or flexible, I want to say a different name, but I'm not going to say it because this show is made for TV. Whether or not they have experienced a lot of like breakage as you're kind of slipping that on the shower faucet or the tub faucet. Seems like, again, it's elastic, it's flexible, which is, it does seem to be convenient, but does it, number one, break just after so many uses? And then number two, does it kind of tend to ruin maybe shower heads, probably more so than the tub heads or the spigot, whatever the case may be, given that it's kind of this kind of repeated compression? Those are kind of my two things that I'm interested in, and I would imagine that kind of as we get off into the 3 things plus a bonus I look for as far as the effectiveness, is it reviews on that as far as, hey, the quality of it as relates to, again, it holding up with repeated uses without, number one, breaking, or number two, more importantly, breaking your shower heads or a tub faucet. So that's kind of something that I have. But again, the 3 things plus the bonus that I look for, how simple it is. Seems like the contraption of it is kind of pretty straightforward. How effective it is, again, a lot of times that's going to be based on the sales, which I would imagine that they got some sales, 343,000 for 5%. Then kind of the reviews, like I said, is it kind of damaging your bathroom accessories, or is the kind of product or hose itself, is that being damaged with repeated uses? I'll be very interested personally in hearing from that. Then what's the market like? I know a couple of the products out there that's kind of dealing with this. So again, it is a market for it, and it is a couple items. That's not to say that they can't still make a ton of money off this thing, but it is kind of somewhat of a market out there, and it's a few products that, like I said, I know personally that's in this market. And then the last but not least, kind of the bonus thing that I look for is the IP. It seems like during their pitch, I kind of was looking at Rinseroo, and they have that trademark. So kudos to them for having that trademark. And again, it seems like something like this would be patentable. And I would imagine that they're going to talk about, Lori is the one that typically asks about the patents, that they have a patent on this particular device. And actually, you can get not only utility patent, which kind of more so geared towards the functionality of it, but you can also get a design patent on it. I would imagine I would be interested on whether or not they have both the utility as well as the design patent. So those are some of my initial thoughts. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section about your initial thoughts as we get off into this thing. Again, 2 housekeeping items before we get back to it. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. I would love to have you as part of the community, where we kind of do a ton of things on here, one of which is these Shark Tank breakdowns. I do also bring a lot of the guests on Shark Tank to do kind of talk about their journey and the importance that IP played a role. I was actually at the Shark Tank Reunion Conference down in Tampa, Florida, a couple weekends ago, kind of talking to a lot of the guests in person, which was phenomenal. So again, we do a lot of stuff on Everything Intellectual Property, the channel here. So please hit the subscribe button again to get down with kind of what we're doing. I'm coming out with some IP products, a book, which is very interesting that we're in the process of going through it. I think my illustrator is kind of doing the artwork for it. We're also going to be coming out with some apparel kind of based on some stuff that I'm getting trademarked. So I'm not only just a practitioner, I'm actually kind of teaching you guys what or doing what I'm preaching. So let's get back to it. Let's see what the Sharks think about it and see if they get a deal. Let's go.
idea?
Well, here's the thing. You know how they say sometimes your best ideas happen in the shower? That's
That's true.
literally where this idea came to me. So we have a beach house at the Jersey Shore. And when we're all there, there's 15 of us and 4 dogs. I wanted to be up on the beach, but instead I found myself in the shower, cleaning dogs, cleaning the shower walls. I was filling a bucket over and over. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I recruited Jake.
Yep.
And together we came up with an amazing prototype, and it really, really worked. So Lori, guess what we did? We bought your book that told us how to figure out if we have a hero or a zero, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, we're reading the book. I'm like, oh my God, we have a hero. We have a hero. It's mass market. It's demonstrable. And it solves so many problems.
You know your
what, Lori?
stuff. I love it.
It really is, Lori. And I have to say, I'm so grateful because your advice has changed our lives for the better.
Now, Lisa, here's the moment of truth, because, you know, in Lori's book, it says, I sit beside Mr. Wonderful, and always ask this nasty question about valuation. You're putting this business out at $6.8 million.
Absolutely.
Why is Rinseroo worth anywhere near $6 million?
You know what, Mr. Wonderful? I know.
That's page 3 in Lori's book.
Right.
Exactly. I crunched the numbers, and
Well, let's hear the
343.
numbers.
Okay.
Let's hear the
So
numbers.
now here's the thing. We started in March of 2019,
Yeah.
Okay.
and instantly, Rinseroo was a success. Within a couple months, we were profitable. We did over $1 million in sales our first year.
Wow.
Since then,
I might have to get Lori's book. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Definitely.
since then,
Okay,
we've
million?
had double
Good
and
promo for the
triple
book.
digit sales.
What are you going to
year
make
over
this year? What are you going to make?
Wait. Close to $5 million.
Where are you selling this?
Well, right now we're only selling online.
So
we're
this is direct to
99%
consumer
online. That's why
only?
we need a shark.
Wow, that's
Yes.
really amazing.
What do you sell them for, and what's
So-
it cost you to make?
Our landed cost, depending on what product you have, is anywhere from $2.50 to $4.50.
Okay.
And our retail
Right.
prices are anywhere from $15.95 to $29.95. So we have about an 85% profit
You
margin.
guys got to be killing
Is
it.
it the two of you, just the two
It's
of you
just
running
us.
the business?
I love this mother-son thing so
do we.
much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, like
what a dream.
Mhm.
So, guys, you must know what it costs to acquire a customer, right?
the customer acquisition cost. I'm so glad you asked, Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
$2.50.
And what is your ROAS if you're spending money on digital?
We have a 10-to-1 return on our ad spend on Amazon.
What percentage of your revenues do you spend on Amazon?
10%.
So what are you making in net cash profits?
Almost $1 million.
That doesn't
Okay.
suck.
How many knockoffs do you have now?
We have many knockoffs, but we
Nope.
have a protection service that takes them all down. So we have
You're
many.
not on
So
Alibaba.
wait, is there a patent?
Yes.
All right, so listen, I'll give you 343 for 20%.
20%.
Dang, you want 20 as
I
opposed
was
to
going to
5?
do that same deal for 15. I'd offer you 15.
Look at it. Looks like it's going to be a bidding war. And that's interesting because typically Mr. Wonderful is the greedy one. It seems like Damon John took a page out of Mr. Wonderful book, 343,000. I guess he said, heck, I heard enough. They are doing $5 million. They've been in existence since 2019, made $1 million in revenue. I would imagine that this was taped in 2024. Made close to $5 million and kind of taking home about $1 million in profit. You're talking about the American dream. And they was able to not only, I would imagine that Lori's going to come in. They kind of buttered her up a little bit with the book. Definitely go get Lori books. It seems like that's worth something. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Zero to Hero is the name of Lori's book. And they was able to kind of get some promo for the book. So I'll kind of continue on with that promo. Go get Lori's book, whether or not you have a Zero to a Hero. I'm not sure if that's the name or not, but it seems like it definitely helped this couple out. And the other thing, which I think, again, is something that I'm just more excited about than anything, is you do not have to be in retail. You can go to DTC or the direct-to-consumer route. Seems like they knew their numbers from the ROAS to the customer acquisitions cost to the kind of, again, net profits, almost $1 million a year, being able to kind of spend more time with the son. And there's only 2 people. They did $5 million a year. It's only mom and son. So again, I love that, being able to work with your kids, especially if you work good together. I know some kind of parent and child relationships, probably not the best business partner, but to the extent that you can make it work, you can make $1 million while you're doing it. Talk about the American dream and a way to go. They've been in business for 6 years, so it seems like they are continuing to kind of kill with this thing. So, it seems like Mr. Wonderful undercut Damon's offer, $343 for 15%. Let's see if the Get Shark or Lori come in. I would imagine that Mark will probably be out just because this isn't maybe his cup of tea, but I can definitely see Lori and the Get Shark coming in based on some of the things that they said ahead of time, and the fact that Damon John and Mr. Wonderful kind of already gave him an offer. I think this is going to be a bidding war. So let me see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm wrong. Let's get back to it. Let's go.
Here's the thing, like I don't want to give away a ton of equity, but I would love to work with a shark that can help us grow. This is for my son, and I don't want to give away a lot of equity. We've done all the hard work.
All right, 15%.
We have 2 offers at 15. Unless you want to put a royalty in place, take less equity.
What would you suggest?
Well,
for
if you
royalty?
have enough margin, I think what I would do is I'd do your 5% deal if I got $250 a unit until I made back $1 million, and the royalty goes away forever.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That's a little hefty, I think, still. I don't know.
I don't do this often. As a matter of fact, I didn't do it at all last year.
Not
Say
the gold
hello to my little golden friend.
I was hoping we would get a golden
Golden ticket.
Oh
my goodness!
I think you deserve my golden ticket.
Thank you so much.
I really do.
Wow.
You read my book
We did.
from cover to cover. You followed it. You did what it said. It helped you. You are like my perfect entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much.
You were successful. What that means is that I'm give you exactly what you're asking.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. Welcome to the Rinseroo. Yay.
Yeah.
That is so exciting.
Great deal, Lori.
Necklace.
That's amazing.
You the golden ticket.
Thank you so
last
much.
year nobody got a golden ticket.
It's incredible.
Wow. To admit it, you were our girl from day one.
Thank you so much.
You are.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And I think that's interesting. I was at the Shark Tank reunion conference and I did an interview, and I was able to get an update of an interview with Megan from Swift Paws. And I forget what season she was on. Go check out our interview on the channel. She actually got Lori's golden ticket. She actually had on the golden ticket at the Shark Tank reunion conference. So when Lori kind of pulled it out, that made me think of Megan. Hi, Megan, if you're watching this. That's cool, man. Got the exact offer that they were looking for. Hey, it pays to read the book and probably do a little bit of homework ahead of time, and it seems like it definitely paid off for them. And so I would imagine that it's going to be a lot more people coming on talk about they read Lori's book and how it kind of helped them out. Hey, not a bad way to go, but kudos to the business owners. Seems like they're killing it. $5 million in sales in 2024. Seems like they made about $1 million in profit. They had the patent. I'm not sure if you heard that, but they do have a patent on it. I'm not sure if they said they got a utility or an actual design patent, but you can get both on something like this. Trust me, I know. Wink, wink. Let's go to the website and see what the website is looking like before kind of we get up out of here. And I think that was pretty cool, man. The American dream is alive and well. So this is the website. Okay, so they even have the golden ticket winner on the website. I guess I didn't notice that. Golden ticket winner. Talk about good promotion, man. Lori should probably get that golden ticket winner trademark. But renting, reinvented. So anytime you have something invented, reinvented, that lets me know you have a patent on it. Typically, I would like to see, I actually like their the website. Hundreds of thousands sold. Man, that's crazy. Welcome to Rinseroo. You see the trade, the R in the circle with Rinseroo, which they do have a trademark, by the way. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. And they're killing it. They are killing it. Typically, you would see a patent number. That's the only thing I would probably say is to put the patent number at the bottom. Typically, that's where you would see the patent number. Let me see here. Yeah, they don't have it here. Let me see if they have it at the Rinseroo. Yeah, they don't have it here, but typically I would like to see the patent number. Put people on notice. It seems like in their case, I don't see it down here. Let me see if I can kind of do a Control F and see if they have patent on here. Okay, so they do have our patented slip-on connector stretch up. I mean, so kudos to them. They do have it on there. Okay, patent mark notification pursuant to the American Invents Act. So hey, look it. I stand corrected. They have a few different patents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 5 patents. It seems like they're all utility patents. Typically, you'll see a D if it was a design patent. You'll see USD. I'm not seeing that. So these look like utility patents. It seems like they have several registered trademarks. One at least is Rinseroo. So kudos for them. Hey, this is what you want, man. Put the patent numbers on this thing. I love that. Kudos to them. I mean, I love that. They're doing it the way you want to do it. They're doing it the way you want to do it. Cool. I would definitely got to get them on a podcast now to talk about their story. And one of the things I'm not sure if you kind of caught that they said, they talked about they kind of have a service that helps them take off these knockoffs. Which again, the unfortunate reality of something of kind of this game is once you start selling these things like crazy, people are going to just try to knock you off. That's kind of a part of the game, unfortunately. But given the fact that you have a patent, that at least helps you get not only the knockoffs taken down, which is a great thing. I also, and again, which I already knew, but you want to definitely consider, and I'm not sure if they talked about it, they definitely didn't have it under the patent numbers on their website. You want to know where these things are getting manufactured, definitely where you are manufacturing the product, but you want to know, you may want to consider get this thing. So if you're manufacturing in China, get it patented in China. If you're manufacturing this thing in India or in the Philippines, maybe look to get it protected in Indians or the Philippines, because you want to get this stuff kind of taken down at the source. It may take a little bit of money, but it seems like they have some money to kind of spend in this regard to kind of help kind of grow their numbers, because you don't want this thing, again, taking off the knockoffs, that's like kind of getting it down chain. But if you can go after one of these manufacturers, go straight to the source, that's going to really help you out, as opposed to waiting until these things get manufactured. Then once somebody kind of come up with an Amazon store or whatever, you take it down from there. No, get it patented in China or wherever it's getting manufactured, definitely where you're manufacturing it to the extent that it's outside the US. Then that way you can go after these manufacturers and get it kind of stopped at the source, which is going to help you out. Like I said, it's probably going to take a little bit more money, but it is possible. And I do think it's going to help kind of the sales grow over the long haul. So those are some of my thoughts as an IP attorney, just kind of giving you what I've seen and what I've kind of done and kind of what I've just kind of made my experiences and information or kind of education over the long haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Kudos to them again for getting a golden ticket from Lori. Man, again, God bless America. The American dream is alive and well. Definitely make sure you come out with that product. Number one, that you have in your ideal in your head. Just don't keep that ideal in your head, but bring it to the market. And to the extent, if and when you do bring it to the market, make sure you get the IP protected, whether it's trademarks, whether it's patents, whether it's copyrights, and make sure you're enforcing this stuff. It seems like they have a service that's at least taking the stores and down once kind of pop up on Amazon or whatever the case may be. Hopefully they have this thing protected abroad so that they can kind of go get these things kind of dealt with at the source. Again, like I said, it's going to probably take a little bit more money, but I think they have it to kind of deal with it. And I think that's going to help them long term. Please let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. To the extent that you have one of these products, let me know that how you like it. It seems like based on what I'm saying, they have thousands of 5-star reviews. So it seems like a ton of people like this, like the product. So kudos to them. Last thoughts, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button to join the IP community. Again, my goal is not just for you guys to kind of look at this and hear my breakdown or kind of get inspired, but for you guys to actually go and bring out your product, get the IP protected, start selling and monetizing your IP. That's my ultimate goal for this channel. Hopefully in 2025, again, the goal maybe 10 or 15 people or 10 or 20 people about watching these videos, kind of getting the education, getting the know-how, are able to kind of go kind of all the way. And again, I'm not going to go off on that tangent, but again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.